Childhood is the beginning and the repetition of death. The neurosis of mankind begins in the nursery. Every adult's wound is a memory of the family. The innocence of infancy is a myth. The innocence of infancy is a myth. Its paradise is built over a grave. The child inherits not only the erotic possibilities of the species, but also the defensive sorrows. The child inherits not only the erotic possibilities of the species, but also its defensive sorrows. To recover childhood is to reopen the first repression, to weep again at the mother's breast. Wisdom returns us to childhood, not to repeat its helplessness, but to redeem its ambivalence. Genital organization is the adult's compromise with death. The so-called maturity of sexual energy is tyranny over the body's anarchy. Polymorpheous perversity is the native democracy of Eros, the body before it learns obedience. The body before it learns obedience. Puberty does not create desire, it enslaves it. The family teaches the genitals to rule and the rest of the body to serve. To become normal is to forget how to play. The return of the repressed is the body remembering its lost republic of pleasure. The family as machine or ambivalence. Love and dependence as the architecture of repression. The family is the cradle of contradiction. It teaches the infant to dream omnipotence and to live dependence. The parent who shelters the child also imprisons it in longing. The gift of love conceals the demand for submission. To be loved is to be kept, the first captivity of Eros. Dependence makes the infant a theologian of absence. Out of this contradiction, infinite love, infinite need, the death instinct is born. The first breath as prototype of metaphysical fear. Birth is the first catastrophe, a separation misnamed beginning. Anxiety is the body remembering its first death. The newborn's cry is philosophy in its purest form. Every neurosis repeats the trauma of entry into time. To want and not to find, the mother is the archetype of all desire. The anxiety of infancy becomes the permanent weather of adulthood. The anxiety of infancy becomes the permanent weather of adulthood. We call it existential dread, but it is the memory of milk denied. Repression begins not with the father's law, but with the infant's fear. The child represses itself to survive love's absence. It is anxiety that produces repression. The ego is its own organ. What was once external authority becomes internal command. The superego is the fossilized echo of the frightened infant. The ego grows around a void, the hollow where the mother once was. All morality is delayed mourning. The body's dialectic, eros in death and infancy, the dual birth of individuality and mortality. Every new intensity of love births a new intensity of death. The child learns separation at the breast, the first dialectic of union and loss. Dependence invents individuality, love invents death. The more the infant loves, the more it must fear losing. I die daily, the child rehearses mortality through longing. The family magnifies the instinct until they fracture. The human condition begins when biology becomes emotion. To wish for union is to wish for death. The first paradise was the womb, the first sin, birth. Regression is the memory of prenatal perfection. The Oedipal desire is not for the mother's love, but for her absence, the void of fusion. The phallus is the instrument of return, the child's failed bridge to eternity. Copulation reenacts the death wish under the sign of pleasure. Every orgasm is an unconscious prayer for prenatal peace. Each erotic zone is a monument to separation. The mouth discovers the world by losing the breast. The anus learns power by giving up its gold. The phallus dreams reunion by striking at absence. The stages of infantile sexuality are the stations of the cross of separation. Eros mutilated becomes method, the pedagogy of repression. To heal the body is to restore the lost polymorphous tongue. The child invents the world by being expelled from it. Consciousness is separation eroticized into perception. To say I is to admit one has lost the mother. Subject and object are born in the mouth's disappointment. Death is the price of vision. Individuality, the wound that sees. The ego's first word is no, the echo of birth's rupture. The philosopher is the infant who never stopped crying. Salvation begins when the ego can die consciously. The infant's fear becomes the adult's philosophy. Both must be overcome by play. To accept death is to release the body from its infantile neurosis. The polymorphous body is resurrection before doctrine. The saint is the healed child, the one who can separate and still love. To mature is not to grow up, but to grow back differently. The final wisdom, the child who can die becomes the man who can live.